Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 23 of the Kpop Weekly Podcast with Emily Mallon. I'm your host, and I'm so happy you joined me this week to hear some new music reviews, what's going on in K-pop news, a lot of scandals this week. There's some salacious stuff or not salacious, depending on your culture. I think us Westerners may have a hard time with a couple of these news items, but I will get to that at the end of the show. I'm doing a full review of IU's latest comeback tonight, and another one I'm really excited about, PLAVE, the virtual group PLAVE. They've kind of taken the K-pop world by storm. They're killing it, and I'm really excited to talk about their new comeback. If this is your first time listening or viewing the show, thank you for joining me. Welcome. I do this show weekly. New episodes come out every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. To my loyal listeners, my loyal viewers, thank you for joining me yet again. I'm so happy to have you here. Happy to talk about this thing called K-pop. I'm excited to be here for another week. Let's get to the show because I have a lot of poll results I want to get to. If you'd like to participate in poll questions, head on over to the Patreon. Join the Patreon. There's all different levels, and free membership does come with the ability to interact. So click on that link, join the Patreon, and you can vote in polls. Last week, I reviewed Twice, Taeyong, and Ace. It was a huge episode. K-pop Weekly show contributor Meg joined me. A lot of fun. So some of the questions are going to center around those releases. I had to get your opinions. Question number 1. Of the 3 artists I reviewed last week, who is your fave? Twice, Taeyong, or Ace? Taeyong is the man. Not surprising. 67% of you chose him. 17% chose Twice, and 17% chose Ace. So y'all are really feeling Taeyong. Hopefully you enjoyed that review. I absolutely loved his comeback. Moving on, do you stan Twice? So the choices I gave you were yes, I like them, but I don't stan, and no. The winner, I like them, but I don't stan, 50%. 33% of you said no, and only 17% of my viewers and listeners stan Twice. That's helpful information for me moving forward. Thank you. Favorite Twice single, they had that amazing pre-release of I Got You, and then the title track was One Spark. I preferred I Got You. I think it was really interesting and dynamic chorus, and it felt a little different. 100% of you preferred I Got You. One Spark got 0 votes. So I Got You is the song. Now, which Taeyong single do you like best? Taeyong's first solo debut was Shalalala. Official. He had a lot of other songs, but his official solo debut, Shalalala. And then this last title track was called Tap. 80% of you picked Tap, 20% went for Shalala. I think I agree. I love Shalala, but there was something about Tap that I liked maybe a little bit more. So I'm with you guys. Next question, very similar. Ace had a pre-release single called Effortless that Meg and I were obsessed with. Their title track was called My Girl. So I had to know, what do you guys prefer? Is it Effortless or is it My Girl? 20% chose My Girl, the title track. 80% chose Effortless. Not surprised. That song was so good. I liked this whole Ace comeback, however, but yeah, you guys are with me. This was just a really fun question for myself because I've been reviewing amazing solo male artists the past few weeks. So I just wanted to know, pick your brains a little bit. Who do you find most attractive? From Cha Eunwoo, Taeyong, and Ten. That is a hard choice. A little bit surprised with these results. Cha Eunwoo got 0%, 0%. Taeyong, 50% and 10 50%. You were split down the middle. I don't know. I think Unwoo deserved some votes there. In my opinion, he's ridiculously handsome, but I would probably choose Taeyong. Taeyong's one of my alts for many reasons, but of course, he's also very attractive, and that never hurts. The last question, I talked a lot about the styling of Twice's new music video. There were some really nice glam moments. So I have to know, when it comes to girl groups, do you prefer glam or tomboy? This one was split straight down the middle. 50% of you voted glam, 50% tomboy. I hear ya. It's funny because I think in real life, I'm much more tomboy. If you see me out and about, if you happen to be in LA and you see me, I'm usually in like an oversized sweatshirt, leggings, a baseball cap with a ponytail. I'm very tomboy. I have like two modes. It's like tomboy or like going out dressed cute. That middle mode, I think definitely since the pandemic, I don't have that middle mode anymore. I don't have just like normal cute. I have like dressed up for a night out or tomboy. So for me, this is very interesting. I have to say, I think I like glam just because it's so far out of my daily stuff. It seems like if I was a pop star, I would love it if I was like the glamour queen because that's so not kind of who I am. So, just my 2 cents on it. Thank you all so much for voting. There will be plenty of poll questions up on the Patreon this week. So, if you want to join, head on over. Speaking of Patreon, I want to give a shout out to Patreon member Camille from Quebec City, Quebec. I love Quebec. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Shout out to you. Shout out to Canada. Her alt group is Monsta X, and her alt bias is Kian. So we have a lot in common. You definitely found the right show and the right person. That is Taste. I'm so pleased that I have so many mom bebes in this community. Yes. Camille loves boy groups, especially like so many great boy groups listed, like Shiny and Stray Kids, EXO, 17, ATs. The girl has taste. And I also want to give a shout out to Camille's best friend. They have a really special bond through Monsta X and through K-pop. I totally get that. It's so special and amazing when you can go through this with your best friend and experience comebacks and concerts and everything else. So, shout out to both of you. Thank you so much for being part of the community, Camille. Appreciate you. Let's get into the show. I'm dying to talk about this group. They were on my 2023 list of groups I felt deserved more credit last year. I picked 5 groups that I wanted to showcase, and PLAVE was one of them. This is a different type of group, and I understand there could be excitement or hesitation. It's a virtual group, and I didn't know what the story was behind them when I first discovered them. I just knew I loved the music. So the way this works, it's 5 members. It's a real group. It's real people behind the scenes. It's just animate, like virtual kind of animated presented to us, but there's real people. And they wear motion sensors. So I think that's very interesting. When you watch their music videos and watch them do choreography, it looks like real people because it is. You see different movements, a little different swag in each member that wouldn't really come across if this was all just like animated. So I think the concept is very interesting. Very cool. So they debuted in 2023 on V Last Entertainment. The new EP, it's called Asterum 143-1. They gave us 6 songs. The title track, the single, it's called Way for Love. Okay. This is a beautiful pop song. Really, really well produced. It's like soft rock. It's not kind of a driving, intense K-pop title track. They bring a different vibe to the playing field. They're all really talented vocalists. That's what stands out the most to me in their songs and in everything I've seen and heard from them thus far. All 5 of them are really talented vocalists. They know what to do with their voices. It just feels a little bit different than a lot of recent K-pop releases, a lot of fourth and fifth gen. This is a different deal. This is pure talent. I hear it and it's exciting. Shout out to Bambi. His voice, he's got this really nice breathy delivery in this song that I loved. Heyman is really good as kind of the bad boy rapper. He's got swag. It comes through in the songs. But all their vocals are so good. And this song just feels refreshing. It feels like a breath of fresh air. There's something with this sound that I'm really resonating with. So I highly recommend. It's very clean. It's a clean sounding song. This is clean. It's very well produced. Nice moments from all the guys. I liked Yejun, Anho, Noah. Noah specifically on that bridge. Noah, yes, I love it. I'm here for it. I also liked the electric guitar at the end. I liked that. I liked it kind of playing out. There's like a retro feel. There's something a little different here, and I'm here for it. I like this song. I've been really high on PLAVE, and with this release, they didn't let me down. I highly recommend Wait for Love. I want to talk about the music video. Oh my God. Their music videos blow me away. They like transport you into a whole other world. There's something so magical about the visuals that they're putting together with this group. Um, it kind of takes like the escapism of K-pop and K-dramas to a whole new level, and I love it. And I want to preface that I'm not an animation fan. I'm not the girl that loves animation. Like, I wasn't into Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, all of that stuff. I'm not a Disney girl. I never liked animation. As a child, I was like, I don't want to watch this. This isn't my vibe. The only animation I really liked, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like the Chipmunk Adventure was my favorite movie when I was a little kid. I liked that stuff. And I think because there was music in it that I kind of vibed with. But I just want to say that, like, I'm not usually in to cartoons and things like that. This is so well done that if you're like me and you think it's not your vibe, just watch the music video and give it a chance because the music is so good, but these visuals are like next level, just stunning. Um, in this music video, it looks like Noah returns from maybe another dimension and he like brings the rest of the members into this really beautiful world. They're riding through clouds. I love there's parts where they use like I think it's like a magnifying glass, and the flowers turn into real flowers. It's a really nice visual thing for the viewers, not animated. Really cool. The worlds are kind of crossing. The colors and scenery are just stunning. That last setup, it's breathtaking. It's absolutely breathtaking. I can't recommend this enough. I'm so here for PLAVE. I think this is very exciting in the world of K-pop, in the world of Korean music, and in the world of music in general. Things are moving at a really fast pace. The music industry is insane right now. You have a lot happening. A lot of things have changed dramatically, not only with streaming, but it's all kind of data based, right? There's a lot about the music industry that I sit back and watch and think, "Ugh, this is not what I fell in love with or what I'm excited about." You have, short songs that all sound the same, songs that are really trying producers just make songs that they can do quick turnarounds so they hit on TikTok and then they make money. The whole business of it feels like a lot of the product is being watered down. This is the other side of it. What if you can use technology to create a product like this? I'm not mad at that at all. I think this is beautiful. I love this. I genuinely am shocked at how excited I am about PLAVE and how much I love this release. I love what they did last year. Here for this. Let's talk about my album picks. They gave us 6 songs. My standout tracks, other than this single, Watch Me Woo and From. Watch Me Woo. Ooh, what? It's like if Smooth was a song, it would be this. This is sexy. This is cool. But the vocal performance, Noah's voice in that opening, in that first verse, oh my God. I don't know if it's possible to be in love with a virtual boy band. I'm in love. I'm putting it out there. And I love, 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 love his voice in Watch Me Woo. I'm like, yes, yes, you had me at that opening line. And the rest of the song lives up to that opening verse, which is hard to do. Yejun also sounds great. Heyman delivers in Spanish. That's really sexy and unexpected. I love this song. This is like, I'm really, 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 really excited about this song. I love it. And it opened the album. So it sets a high bar. I really enjoy this song. My other pick is a song called From. This one, it's so tender and emotional. I could feel the emotion in the vocal performance. They're really, really good at phrasing, at knowing when to take a breath. They're pros. The guys behind this group, the guys singing, are pros. And it shows in stuff like this. It's hard to teach that and have it come across sincere, but they do a great job. This feels really full. And I bought every single one of them. I bought the performance. Unho sounds really great here. Nice melodic performance in his parts. I really, really liked what he brought to the table. That simple, sad piano. Oh, this is a beautiful ballad. And there was almost like a twist. The end of the chorus where they say, from your best friend. It's so touching. This was just my interpretation of this song, but it felt like they were apologizing for not being around and for not being present and for not being there because they were like getting themselves together and getting their life together. And this song is kind of making amends and trying to explain what happened. Yep. Love it. I love everything about this. I thought it was stunning. This whole project is so, so good. And I read an interesting article in the Korean Herald. I believe it was like, I think it was this week. It was within the past couple weeks. And it was about virtual groups and how it's going and kind of pluses and minuses. And the person speaking on behalf of VLAST said it was really hard for them to find good songs. They were kind of getting like the throwaway songs from K-pop writers. And same with choreographers. They paid a choreographer to do choreography, and the choreography that they presented was very, very juvenile. So the members decided to take over all of it. They choreograph themselves. They're writing, producing, doing the songs. I love it. This is talent. Talent. I want to talk about something that drove me nuts this week and how I think it's relevant to PLAVE and to this conversation. So, La Seraphim won a weekly award. I think it was Music Bank, and Music Bank does not play a backtrack. It's infamous. When you hear the winners sing, you're really hearing them. And there's ones that fans always point to as like, look how talented this group is. NCT fans love to do sticker. Obviously, Red Velvet wipes the floor with everyone when they go. But anyways, it's kind of a way to see who can really sing and who can't. And the Les Seraphim one was, I'm just going to be very honest here, it was pathetic. It was pathetic. They weren't dancing, so you can't use the difficult choreography as an excuse because that is very difficult choreography. But I mean, it was very, very, very bad. And you have a lot of people excusing this. Well, I'm not into K-pop for the voices. You don't have to be a good singer. This is where I feel such a divide with new generation fans as compared to like pre fourth, fifth gen fans. If your job is to stand behind a microphone, you need to be able to sing. You need to be able to sing. I don't care how nervous you are. I don't care what the issues are. If you can't sing, you shouldn't be behind a microphone. I don't really understand. the fans that are in it for not the music, they're in it for the fan experience. They like the visuals. I saw a TikToker say he's in it for the fantasy they give him. Okay. Well, if you listen to me and if you watch me, I'm in it for the music. And it angers me to no end to see crap performances like that from a group that's selling supposedly 1 million albums, because it waters down the product that I have stuck my neck out for the past 4 years. I get in arguments with people in the industry about how talented K-pop artists are. I look like an idiot when La Seraphim gets up there and can't even sing on key, in tune. I mean, it's like that was really, really bad. So I love, on the flip side, a group like PLAVE, where the visuals are beautiful and stunning, but you can't say that people are in it for the visuals because this is virtual. You have to appreciate the music. And the virtual world they create is amazing. And they all have great personalities. They do everything idols do, but it's just not like a visual human, it's virtual. To me, this is so refreshing because it puts focus on the music. And I love it. And I'm here for it. And I would rather have 20 plaves than one La Seraphim. I'm sorry, that's me. That's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people out there disagree with me. You probably don't listen or watch my show anyway because my show's about the music. I'm done. I'm done with lip syncing dance groups. That's not what I'm in it for. So I'm not going to give them any more free publicity. It's over. I'm going to talk about groups like PLAVE, who bring real talent to the table, who bring real vocals to the table, and deserve a lot more credit and a lot more people talking about them. PLAVE are the future. Whether you like it or not, I think we're going to see a lot more virtual groups. I think we're going to see this formula duplicated because it gives really talented people who don't want to be in the spotlight for whatever reason a platform. I am here for it. I am here for PLAVE. I'm here for this because at the end of the day, the music is so, so good. The rest doesn't matter. It all kind of falls away. No matter what they look like, no matter what the dance moves look like, the music's good. But I should say the choreography was really cute. I liked the choreography in the video. Watch the video. It's worth it. Sorry for my rant, but it just drives me insane when people say it doesn't matter if they're not good singers. They were nervous. Or I'm not here for the singing. Okay. What do you I will never be able to relate to fans like that, and I'll never be able to vibe with people like that because I'm such a music nerd and the music is so important to me. It's time for my rankings from PLAVE's new EP, Astrium 143-1. This is from least favorite to favorite, but I genuinely loved this project. If you just listen to my full review, you know I'm really passionate about what they're doing. I think this is so exciting and so needed in K-pop right now. Bring on the vocal talent. So this is from least favorite to favorite. I liked all these songs. Number 6, Virtual Idol. Number 5, Merry Christmas. It was a cute Christmas song. Number 4, Our Movie. My number 3 song was the title track, the single, Way for Love. Number 2 from, and my number 1 song, I'm going to say by far, I have been obsessed with this song since this release came out, Watch Me Woo. Ooh, yes. That is the song. Congratulations to PLAVE on a fantastic project. I knew what I was talking about when I put PLAVE in my most slept on groups for 2023. Terribly underrated because they are full of talent. I'm excited to get to know more about this group, to really learn about the members. This is a wonderful release. They just won first place on Show Champion. Congratulations to them. First virtual group to ever win. And they sold over 500,000 copies. Hello. Amazing. Yes. There's a need for talent. There's a need for real content. I love this. I'm so here for this. Oh, before I move on, I want to talk bias and Wrecker. Okay. So my bias is Noah. Noah's voice, when I heard Watch Me Woo, I like said out loud, whoever that is, that's my bias. That his opening in that. And then obviously in all the other songs, and the more that I've listened to Plave, I love his voice. And he's blonde. Y'all know that I love these blonde idols. Center and some of the choreography. Yeah, I think that's my guy. I think that's my guy in this group. Wrecker is still open. We will see. I need to watch more of like their lives and their content outside of the music videos to get a feel for their personalities more. But I'm here for this. Congratulations to you, Plave. Great release. Great release. Give them a chance, guys. The music is really, really good. It's time to move on to the icon, IU. If you don't know who IU is, I don't believe you. Anyone that's familiar with K-pop knows IU, but I'll give you a little background just in case. IU debuted in 2008 on Lone Entertainment. That's now Kakao. She's been around a very long time. She has an illustrious career as a singer, as an actress. IU's done it all, and she's kind of known as like the darling of Korea. Everyone loves her. She's very, very popular. IU just released her new EP, The Winning. She gave us 5 songs, 2 pre-releases, and then the title track, the single. It's called Shopper. I want to talk about Shopper. I'm going to be very, very honest. I have never been a massive IU fan. Nothing against her. I get why people like her. I think because I tend to really like lower tones, she hasn't been my favorite. You know, she has a higher voice. So I kind of went into this like, we'll see. This song, Shopper, changed it for me. This changed it for me. I love this song. This is like pure pop joy. It gives you such a feeling. It's really, really well done. And it reminds me a little bit of Kylie Minogue, who is like goddess queen. I love, love, love Kylie Minogue. It also gave me Carly Rae Jepsen vibes. Like the instrumentation at the beginning and that feel before she comes in, it reminds me a bit of the song Cut to the Feeling, which is my favorite Carly Rae Jepsen song. So this started and I was like, ooh, I like this. This is a sound that I love and I gravitate to. It's a feel good song with a great performance. I want to give IU her flowers. Yes, she has a higher voice, but it's very clear. She has a very clear vocal presence. And I appreciate that. And I vibe with that. And you give her the right song, I love it. So I thought this was just really refreshing and unexpected compared to the 2 pre release singles. Shopper is by far my favorite. I think this is amazing. So this one really, really worked for me. But we've got to talk about the music video. Ooh, stunning, beautiful, different, special. And I think if you listen to those 4 words I just said, that perfectly describes DPR Ian. He is a special artist with such a unique perspective and vision. And he is the one that did this music video. Not only did he, come up with the concept and direct it and do the visuals, he's also the co-star. So for someone like me, who is the biggest fan, oh my God, obsessed. I thought IU looked so pretty and cool. Like she's a cool girl in this one. I liked her vibe. I thought her styling was great. The more casual outfits, she looked really cute. In the kind of more glammed up stuff, beautiful. She looked great. And I feel like with this whole vibe in the Shopper music video, she's kind of a badass. It's not a K-pop girly. It's not a K-pop star. There's some acting here, and we know she can act. She's a badass in this, and I really appreciate it. It feels like a transition from like a K-pop or Korean star to an international pop star. There was a real visual feeling of that with this music video. So kudos to her and also DPR for creating that. I love the colors. It's so vibrant. Interesting storyline. The auction scene was very cool. The store was cool. A little creepy. There's always something with DPR Ian that it's creepy. I mean, his stuff gets extremely dark. This wasn't dark per se, but there were visual moments that were maybe a little off-putting, like a David Lynch type of thing, a David Lynch film. One of my favorite directors. His stuff to me, even when it's like a happy scene, it feels scary. He scares the crap out of me in the best way. He's like one of my all-time favorites. I think there's something with DPR Ian like that. Even when he's doing a happier project like this, there's still some imagery or maybe a feeling that gets conjured up that's a little off-putting. So that made it really interesting for me. I love the confetti. Oh, so it's so bright and so like bold. I just loved it. I love that DPR Ian goes there. There's nothing subtle, there's nothing casual. This is going to be an experience unlike anything else. How smart of IU to get him to do this music video. Genius. Kudos to her, for real. The brightness of this music video, just like the song, contagious. It's contagious. I loved this. It put me in a good mood. And I've got to say, DPR Ian looked so handsome and cool. Like, yeah, I loved this. I absolutely loved it. Also, I liked how diverse the rest of the cast was. It was really interesting to me. I don't know where this was shot, but it felt like it was maybe shot in the States. The cast had a different look than a lot of K-pop or Korean videos because that made me maybe feel like it was more international pop star. So I'm not sure if that was the intention, but I thought that was very interesting and worth noting. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to IU. You know, part of me feels like I should hate IU because she's been picking up my men like pieces of candy. It's so easy for her. You know, Tae from BTS was in her first music video from this release, Love Wins All. DPR Ian is her co-star and does the whole music video for Shopper. And then Baekhyun posts randomly last week him doing a dance from her music video and said like, did I do it right or something? I'm jealous, but I also respect her game. Let's move on to the rest of the album. I love Shopper, and I also really liked her second pre-release. It was kind of also called a title track, dual title tracks, which I think is weird. I think Shopper is the song. But this one, Holsey, it's cool. This is very different. It's cool. It's different. I love the beat. The lyrics are about a dandelion spore that like takes flight to bloom somewhere else. So you picture a little spore of a dandelion floating through the air and going on an adventure and blooming somewhere else. It's kind of like representative of a fresh start, of infinite possibilities, of, you know, taking that leap of faith. I like the messaging behind that. I thought that was nice messaging. But the song is just cool. There's like a real bouncy feel here, but it's not a bouncy poppy type, if that makes sense. Nice pre chorus. It definitely has the feel of a K pop girl group. I can picture a few different girl groups doing this. The hook is really catchy, but it's a little subdued. It's a little cool. It's not, you know, bright bubblegum pop. There's something here that's a little bit cool still, but it's definitely more K-pop girl group sounding. And then the rest of the album. Music video was cute. You've got like Tweety Bird, a big giant Tweety Bird. You have kids dancing with her. This music video was very cute and very well done. So I liked the song. I liked the music video, but Shopper is my pick. That is it. That song, that music video. I already liked it. Then you put DPRE in the mix. Come on. Come on. That's too much. Too many good things. But I liked this project. And again, finally, I'm like, I get it with IU. Because honestly, like when this came out, when Love Wins All came out, I was very excited for the music video because Tae from BTS was the love interest. It was a really dramatic, cinematic music video, but the song didn't do it for me. That's not my style. And I just didn't vibe with it. So I kind of thought, okay, yeah, that's what this is going to be. And it's not really my thing. No, the album has a lot of stuff on it that's really, really well done. And again, some of these songs are actually good and cool. And she's a great vocalist, even if it's not my personal taste and style. She does what she does very well. But Shopper won me over. Shopper is that song. It's time for my rankings from IU's new EP, Winning. This is from least favorite to favorite. Number 5, Love Wins All. Love the music video. The song wasn't my vibe. Number 4, I Stan You. Number 3, SHH. I liked that one. That's a good song. Number 2, Halsey. Loved it. And I loved the music video. Catchy hook. But my number 1 song by far is Shopper. Shopper is so, so good. This drew me into IU's world. I absolutely loved the music video. Great choice having DPR Ian do that music video. This was unexpected for me in the best way. I can now say I'm a fan. I really vibed with this release. So congratulations to IU. To all of IU's fans, I get it now. I have a lot of friends in the K-pop world that like love IU. They're so excited for her tour. They're just massive, massive IU fans. I get it. I get it. It took me a while. I was a slow adopter. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, she's good. So congratulations to IU. If you have music taste like me and you think maybe you wouldn't vibe with this, give it a chance. There's some cool stuff on this album. I liked it. It's time for some K-pop news. Here's what's going on in the world of K-pop since I spoke with you last week. Congratulations to Twice. The ladies of Twice hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 for the first time with 90,000 units sold. The only other girl group, K-pop girl groups to do that, Blackpink, New Jeans. La Seraphim, they were number 8 with 41,000 copies sold. So Twice definitely outsold. But congratulations to both groups. Huge news coming out of SM. SM's kind of in a spiral right now. You know, they lost some of the EXO members. Baekhyun, Chen, Schumann left, and now they're on Baekhyun's new agency, new management. EXO will still be under SM, but the individual members are no longer part of SM. Now you have it happening with SHINee. Taemin is officially done with SM at the end of this month. It's rumored he's going with a company that the former CEO of SM now runs. Onu is following suit. He will no longer be on SM. So they said that Key and Minho are still in negotiation, but those two, it's a big loss. That's a big loss. I can't say I'm surprised. I've talked about it in great length on this show, and I've talked about it quite a bit during reviews and during K-pop news and conversations. SM has my favorite vocalist by far. I think if you want to talk the most talented label, it's SM. It's the groups on SM. And I would argue that it's not even close at this point. Also, if you want to talk the most dysfunctional, the worst managed label, it would probably be SM. Unfortunately, creatively, they're amazing, but the business side has been a train wreck for a plethora of reasons. I get very frustrated with their touring, promotion, forcing their idols to apologize even though they did nothing wrong. That's a whole K-pop thing. But there's some stuff with SM that's really frustrated me. And based on a lot of kind of the in-between the lines stuff that we've seen and read, it seems like the artists haven't maybe earned their fair share over their time period at SM, which is a shame because they're putting out amazing music. So I'm not surprised by this. Things change. Things change. We have a new song. Speaking of Taeyoung from BTS, they're putting out a new song from V on the 15th of March. We've got a new song coming from V. Hybe is not going to let military enlistment stop them from putting out BTS content. That's for sure. We've got a J-Hope album coming at the end of the month, and we have a new V song. So excited. Purple Kiss comeback is officially the 19th of March. T by T comeback is officially the 1st of April. Excited for that one. And Rise have announced a spring comeback. A lot of Rise news this week. They're going to perform at Tecate Emblema alongside acts like Sam Smith, Calvin Harris, Christina Aguilera, Anita. They're the only K-pop group on the bill. That's in Mexico. Very exciting for them and for all of the fans in Mexico. And Rise announced fan concerts. So I'm looking at the concert dates. Like fan concerts are usually Asia only. And all of a sudden, one date in the United States. It's here. It's in LA on May 20th. Yes, I will be attending. I love Rise. They're the only group that I stand pre-debut because I was cheering so hard for Shitaro and Sungchan. So I'm very, very excited for that. I want to give a massive congratulations to all of the idols who attended Fashion Week. We talked about Milan. Paris just happened. Shout out to Nyan and Hyan from New Jeans and Lisa from Blackpink. They were at the Louis Vuitton show, LV. But you know who the star of the show was? Felix from Stray Kids. Yes. Okay, first of all, Felix is already an ambassador. He's already front and center for LV. And we knew he was going to the fashion show and he would be a big draw. What we didn't know, what we couldn't have prepared ourselves for, Felix walked in that fashion show. Felix debuted as a model at Fashion Week for LV. Not only did he walk, he was the leader of the models at the end of the show. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And he looked fantastic. He was serving looks. His face was perfection. Felix killed it. Like, this was so exciting. So major shout out to him. Shout out to Sugmin. Sugmin was a guest at the Lowe. I don't know how you pronounce it. Lowe. Taeyong's one of their ambassadors. Sugmin is now in the fold. And he got to sit next to Emily Ratajkowski, however you say her last name. She's a very, very famous model, stunning. Congratulations to him. Giselle from aespa was also named a Lowe ambassador. So you have Ning Ning, she's Versace. Giselle is Lowe. It's kind of clear, like, the fashion houses are viewing aespa and Stray Kids as kind of the king and queens of this new generation of K-pop idols. They're getting a lot of sponsorship deals. Well deserved. And selfishly for me, I stand both groups, so I'm thrilled. Also, IN, stunning at Alexander McQueen. IN looked so good. That leather coat thing, his chiseled face. I mean, Stray Kids were bringing it at Fashion Week. So congratulations to all of the idols, everyone involved. Momo was at the Miu Miu show. There's just, a lot happening. Their impact is undeniable. In controversial news, Scoop from 17, the fearless leader of the 13-17 guys, he was exempted from military service. Exempted, you guys. Not like he'll have to be a civil servant. Exempted. And for me, I've been doing K-pop podcasts for 4 years now. I haven't heard of an idol being exempted. So this was a first. They said it was due to the severity of his ACL tear. So I'm guessing he couldn't perform some stuff maybe at basic training because, again, a lot of the idols who have injuries, they have to be civil servants. They're not fit for like active duty. So this was like shocking. And, a lot of fans of other groups are upset. Rightfully so. I totally get it. But, I don't think there was anything like crazy or shady about this because that other members are going to have to enlist soon in that group anyway. So it just feels like for whatever reason, this was the decision. I mean, it is what it is. You all know I spill the tea on when I think things stink. This didn't stink to me. This just felt like a weird decision because I don't know the criteria. So I think fans should be more concerned that his ACL tear was that bad because 17 choreography is not easy. So hope he can resume 100%. I know he recently resumed group activities. It'll be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. In some Korean fans get on my last nerve news, Karina from aespa wrote an apology to her fans. That's right, an apology. What for? What could beautiful Karina have done wrong? Dating. A beautiful, stunning 23-year-old K-pop superstar is dating a handsome, successful K-drama actor. And that doesn't work for her fans. Fan sites have shut down. They, of course, hired trucks to protest outside of SM, and Karina issued a formal apology. I can't. I'm so sick of this. She has nothing to apologize for. You don't own her as fans. That's disgusting and that's sick. These are people. These are human beings. You don't own them. They're not in servitude towards you as slaves for your sick, twisted fantasies. And I genuinely think that's what some of you think. And it's so disgusting to me. It's so disgusting. And I try to toe the line on cultural differences because I do understand there's cultural differences and stuff that I think is unreasonable is part of the culture. So I bite my tongue. But on this stuff, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. It's inhumane to not allow people to experience normal human experiences, to allow them to be in love. That's mean and that's cruel. And she deserved a hell of a lot better from her fans. Period. I'm over it. I've been over it. I've been over this for years as I've been talking about all of this stuff on air. But the fact that she felt she had to apologize to her fans and she's going to try harder and consider them more. Girl, you don't have to consider them at all because international fans will still buy your albums and come see you in concert and support you. So crazy fans, and I'm sorry for using that word, but that is crazy behavior. You hire trucks with billboard signs to express you're upset that somebody is dating. Yeah, this is a level of unhealthy behavior that needs to stop. I'm so tired of it in K-pop. I'm tired of it. So anyways, Karina deserved a hell of a lot better from her fans. I am thrilled for her. I'm so happy for her. I hope this relationship lasts. And I hope they walk around and make out in front of everyone every freaking day. Because that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would be parading around with him, making out, holding hands, going on cute dates, rub it in their faces. Because if fans leave you because you fell in love with someone, they weren't your fans to begin with. That this was part of that whole thing, people that aren't into K-pop for the music, like that person I was referencing that did TikTok video sticking up for La Seraphim's awful vocal performance, saying it doesn't matter, they don't have to be able to sing. These are those type of fans. They're not in this for the same reason a lot of us are in it, and it's hard for us to understand them. But I think the main understanding has to be there's something very, very unhealthy going on. Very, very mentally unhealthy. And this level of controlling these idols. Gross. So unfortunately, I have to stay on this topic of unhinged Korean fans ruining idols' lives because Tempest member Hwarang, he is halting all group activities. They've got a big comeback that I was going to review next week. I like that boy group. And this member will not be part of that comeback. He will not be part of any activities for who knows how long. And do you want to know why? Oh, it's not a dating scandal. He went to a nightclub with his friends. A 22-year-old guy went to a club with his friends. That's it. That's it. And people took pictures and circulated it online, and it's a big scandal. So how does his label respond? They sit him out. They release this gross statement saying that they're afraid they can't win back the trust of fans and it'd be better for everyone if he didn't participate. Labels should be protecting their artists from unhinged fan behavior. Instead, they feed into it. Everyone's treating these idols like dirt, like they own them. They're slaves to them, and they have the final say. They don't have autonomy, which is so important in your psychological needs. They don't have it. They can't do what they want. That's cruel. It's cruel and it's disgusting. And it makes me, when stuff like this continuously happens in this industry, it makes me question the whole thing. And what I mean by that is, it makes me question getting on air every week and talking about these groups and talking about this music and all this stuff that I love about K-pop, because at the end of the day, the industry is really awful to the actual idols. It's not a good life most of the time. And I hate wrestling with that. And I have a feeling a lot of you probably think of that too, because we don't want to think about what life would be like when you're not allowed to go on a date. You're not allowed to go to a club with your friends. You're held to this weird control that isn't really the norm in most of society. It's so wrong. And again, I feel like an effing broken record because I talk about this every week. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. It's part of their culture. The same people that were saying the media was wrong and the reaction was wrong, and that's why that actor took his life and we need to do better, are the same people that are, sending trucks saying Karina needs to leave the group because she's dating. I mean, they put the same exact control and unforgiving pressure and shame on these idols. Think about Baekhyun and Taeyeon. Some of you might not know this, but Girls' Generation leader Taeyeon and Baekhyun, my man from EXO, Aldevalts, they dated. They were a cute couple. They were like the cutest couple back when idols were allowed to kind of interact. It was very, very different in second and beginning of third gen. And they were like in love. They were cute. The fans would not have it. And they both wrote apology letters promising they wouldn't do it again. And they were so sorry. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. It's so frustrating and it's so sad. And I can keep harping on it and I can keep saying do better, but I don't think it'll ever change. So why wouldn't you want to do what the PLAVE guys are doing? Why wouldn't you want to stay anonymous and just put out amazing music and amazing content and live your life? Because personally, if I could do that, I would. 1,000,000%. And if I was in an unforgiving society like that, where I wasn't allowed to socialize with friends or date or do any normal human experience type things, why on earth would you put yourself out there? Because that fame is not worth it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Watch the Lucas documentary if you think that the fame is worth it. It's not. Anyways, I've got a lot of rants tonight, but this is my world, and it's a world I love, and it's a world that parts of it I hate. I don't know what the answer is. There's not an easy answer, but I'm going to kind of rail against some of this stuff as long as I'm behind a microphone and in front of a camera, because those guys can't, right? They can't get on live and say F you to their fans and how dare you try to control me and I'm going to do what I want. And they can't get on live and say, hey, I went out last night. I went to a club with my friends. I danced with girls. It was like the best time. They can't do any of that. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. I love K-pop. I love the music. I love these idols and I want what's best for all of them. And I would again implore you to show some grace and empathy and remember that we don't own any of them. And at the end of the day, we don't know any of them. We're being sold a product. And unfortunately, they're the product themselves. So just keep that in mind as a fan of K-pop. Let's enjoy it as much as we can, but also peel back some of that parasocial relationship stuff that gets unhealthy. So next week, I'm reviewing Zykers. I'm looking forward to that. Little Brothers of ATs. They had an interesting debut last year. So I'm excited to hear what they do. And we'll see what else I review. I'm not going to review Tempest. I know it's not fair to punish the other members, but sometimes, unfortunately, people are collateral damage because the label should know that people don't support this decision. This is completely unfair and completely screwed up. So I'm not going to review Tempest. And also moving forward, like I said, I'm not going to review groups who can't get behind a microphone and sing. There's plenty of people who stand those groups. There's plenty of money and payola behind those groups. They're fine without me talking about them. So I've decided I'm not going to give them free press. They already get enough paid press. You know what I mean? So moving forward, there'll be some groups that I've discussed in the past that I will not be discussing on the show anymore. I have a feeling my fans aren't going to be upset with it because when I look at the numbers of who tunes in for what reviews, a lot of these groups that we're being told are selling millions of copies, their fans aren't showing up. And it's bizarre. And I've noticed that since I've started podcasting, the fans that really show up and want to hear opinions or want to hear a review on their favorites are not necessarily the fans of the biggest groups. I will say Stray Kids fans show up. Stays, you guys are loyal. Stays show up. Mom Babies show up. Twice fans will show up. So there's some big groups where the fandoms do show up and it gels for me with the numbers I'm seeing. But there's other groups where the fans don't show up at all. And I find that fascinating because usually if I give a negative review, fans will be livid at me. My inbox is full from certain fandoms. But even when I give a negative review of these giant groups selling millions of albums, their fans, it's crickets. So I question a lot of the validity of sales numbers and social media numbers and everything else because in this industry, maybe more than any other, success can be bought. It's pretty easy to manipulate the charts. It's obviously very easy to buy likes, views, subscribers. I don't know. I'm not trusting a lot of K-pop's biggest groups right now. If you know, you know. I want to give groups that I find interesting, exciting, and deserving credit on this show. I might not always love what they put out. That doesn't mean I'm going to just give great reviews from now on. But from now on, I'm not going to review groups that aren't bringing it. So just want to make that little announcement. Anyways, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sticking around for my rants. I love K-pop, all the complexities of this industry, all of the good and bad, and all of the stuff that drives me nuts and makes me question what I'm doing. What brings me back, it's good music. It's good releases. It's visuals and songs that no one else could create. It's exciting. There's so much good in this world that and I hope it continues this way. I love K-pop. I'm excited about K-pop. I will fight for K-pop, but the artists have to bring it. PLAVE brought it and IU brought it this week. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of you, my fellow K-pop stans. I know how passionate all of you are. My listeners and viewers, they are beyond up the curve. I'm not teaching you guys anything or telling you anything you don't know. So I'm so grateful to have you as part of this community. It's very special to me, and I love what we're building. I love being part of this with you. Thank you for being here this week. Check out PLAVE and check out IU. These are two surprising releases to me. PLAVE is just so cool and different. And IU, I was never a massive fan. I get it. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. I hope life is good for you. And if it's not, I hope it gets better. Every day is a new day, right? So if things are crappy right now, you just hold on to the next day, and the next day might be better. I mentioned it in my newsletter last week. Little promo for the newsletter. The newsletter's free. Please subscribe. I kind of write my thoughts on doing the podcast each week. So I think this week I'm going to have some fiery thoughts in that newsletter. But last week, I brought up kind of Taeyong's song Ups and Downs and how different reviewing certain releases feel, from Cha Eunwoo's devastating journey of grief to Twice, bubbly and bright. It's very jarring sometimes emotionally to go through these journeys. So one thing that I always come back to, tomorrow's a new day. If things aren't good, hold on. Tomorrow's a new day. And if tomorrow still sucks, hold on for one more day and just keep on doing that. And before you know it, things are going to get better. No matter what's going on in your life or where you are, things will get better, because everything in life is temporary. As good and as bad and heartbreaking as that statement is, it's true. So, sending you all tons of love and support. Thank you for being here with me. I want to give a massive shout out to CCTV. CCTV is a podcast about pop music, not just K-pop. They do a really fun K-pop segment, and I was lucky enough to be a guest host this week. It was so much fun. That is out now. I will be sharing it on my social media so you can find it. But it's called CCTV. Shout out to Chantal and Chris. They're amazing. I had so much fun. Very knowledgeable about music and about K-pop. So check them out. Highly recommend that podcast. Really good people. Anyways, I will talk to you all later. Thank you so much for being here with me. Until next week. Bye.